Let's see. Okay, so our community is the Kringle Society, right? It's a community, it's a global initiative, it's a sharing and eleemosynary society founded upon the principle that humanity is capable of lifting itself out of poverty, disease, lack, limitation, suffering, and ignorance into abundance and prosperity for all. So, what we're saying with all those words is that we're building an abundance based economy, right? It's a little bit different than the economic structure that we see today. The main economic structures that we're seeing in the world are scarcity based. People are mostly profit minded and they're not purpose driven. So there's a difference between being abundance minded and scarcity minded there. Now, with that being said, what we're looking to do is create a economic structure that mimics nature. And what I mean by that is if you take a look at nature, right? Say you got an apple seed and you plant that apple seed, you'll get a tree with a lot of apples on it. If you take all those seeds, plant all those seeds, you'll get a bunch of trees. And if you keep repeating that process, in 50 years time, you'll have fields and fields of apple trees, which that all came from a single apple seed. So what we see in nature is that we have multiplication and we have abundance. So our question to the world really is why can't our financial system operate off of a similar principle, right? That's kind of what we're asking because war, crime, poverty, they all operate off of scarcity, and our financial systems do operate off of that idea of scarcity. They have the concept that, there's only so much to go around, so I want to hoard as much as I kind of can. That's kind of a common principle in our current structure. So, like I said, we're looking to build an economic system that mimics nature, and we're really asking the question, why can't our financial system uh, follow how nature operates, where we're operating on multiplication and we're operating on abundance? So artificial scarcity itself has led to massive inequality. So this video breaks that down.
So I did some research, and this is what I found from reliable sources like the UN. It turns out that while the US is totally out of whack, things are actually way worse for the planet as a whole. Let's start with this graph. A perfectly even distribution of wealth among all living people, with everyone divided into 5 equal groups. Now, let's show how much each group actually has. Shocking, right? 80% of the world's people barely have any wealth. It's hard to even see them on the charts. Meanwhile, the richest 2%, they have more wealth than half of the rest of the world. Let's look at this chart another way. Let's take the whole world's population, all 7 billion of us, and reduce it to just a representative 100 individuals. Here they are, poorest people on the left, richest people on the right. Now let's show how the world's total wealth, roughly $223 trillion, is distributed. The vast majority have practically nothing. Nothing with which to educate their children, nothing with which to pay for basic medicines. While the richest 1%, they've accumulated 43% of our world's wealth. Bottom 80%, meanwhile, that's 8 out of every 10 people, have just 6% between them. But even this doesn't really show how extreme things have become. The richest 300 people on Earth have the same wealth as the poorest 3 billion. So the number of people it takes to fill a mid-sized commercial aircraft have more wealth than the populations of India, China, the US, and Brazil combined.
All right. So now that we've seen that information, I kind of want to open the floor a little bit. How many of you were familiar with that actual, like, that the disparity and the inequality was actually that bad? Like, what do you guys think of that data?
Personally, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Personally, I live through it right now. So that kind of hit home a little bit.
Where are you living right now, if you don't mind me asking?
I live in Kent, Washington, near Seattle area.
Seattle, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so by the way, what's your name? It's not showing me your name on the Zoom.
Declan. My name is
Okay, okay,
Declan.
okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the inequality is pretty bad, but worse than that, like this data is from 2013, right? So the reality of the situation is the numbers are worse than they were back then today. To put that into perspective, you can see in this next video that I'm about to play, it's a lot shorter, but it breaks down how much changed in just 3 years. This video is from 2016.
2016 might become a more virtual world. It will also be a more unequal world than ever before. For the first time, the richest 1% of the population will enjoy a greater share of global wealth than the other 99%.
All right, so in 3 years' time, the numbers shifted to where 1% has more wealth than 99%. That's a pretty drastic shift just in 3 years' time, and that was still 5 years ago. So that goes to show kind of the situation we're in right now. And with that being said, what that really means is that a majority of the world's economy is operating off of that smaller portion of wealth, right? So we can already tell how different things would be if all of the wealth that's existing as far as paper currency is concerned, if all of that wealth was put back into the economy, that in itself would have a massive impact. Well, we're actually looking to go further than that and do something more than just integrating all of the wealth there. So, um, so what's the solution, right? If we keep going the direction we're going to lose a lot of freedoms. The reason we are going to lose a lot of freedoms is because robotics and automation is kind of going to take a major amount of the jobs. It's going to take over the job market essentially. Like, for example, we already see self-driving cars with Tesla to a point, but that technology is going to improve and it's going to get to the point where, for example, Ubers and taxis, it's going to be automated. Things like legal services, things like tax attorneys, all of that can be automated too. And even surgical procedures can be not entirely automated because you still need human individuals overseeing something like that, but it can be automated to a higher level to where you don't need as many staff on site. And even things like sales, right? Sales we think is a well-protected field, but there's already AI software that's able to communicate with multiple people at once. And a majority of people don't even recognize they're communicating with software. They think they're speaking with a real human being. So it's that's already the situation that's coming now. So, and that'll grow in the next 5 to 10 years. And the result of that will be universal basic income. Universal basic income is pretty much where the government will more or less determine what your life is worth and pay you a fixed living wage. So you'll survive, right? You'll have your needs met, your basic needs, which at first seems good. But when you take a look at things, it's not prosperity and it's not abundance. So that's not ideal. And so that's not a solution we're interested in. So we're kind of working on something different than that. We're presenting a different offer there. Now, money revolves around mutual agreement. That's an important concept to understand. This video is a little bit comedic, but it breaks down what that means, how that works, right? So I'll go ahead and just play the first portion of it. I'm not going to play the whole thing because only the first part is really necessary to make the point.
You owe me $50, but I'll accept that in Bitcoin, Feathercoin, Litecoin, or Kanye West.
LTAT. Good mythical morning.
What is this worth to you, Link?
I'd say $20, Rhett.
And why is that worth to you, $20?
Because it says 20 on it.
And why does that matter to you? Why is it valuable to you?
Because the person I give it to get the thing I want also agrees that it's what I'm getting from them is worth $20.
That's currency. That's currency. Class dismissed. No, okay. All right.
So that's a current dude.
So the major thing to understand there is that money's operating around mutual agreement, right? So what we're saying is $20 is worth $20 because we have an agreement that it's worth $20. Let's say I want to sell you my phone, right? And I want 1,000 for it. And you come with $1,000 in cash. Now you can hand that $1,000 in cash to me, but if I tell you I don't actually accept paper money, I don't think paper money has any value. I'm not interested in it. And we don't have an agreement. So even though you think you have what is $1,000, I don't think that's worth $1,000. So if we don't have agreement about that value, it doesn't actually hold value, which is something most people don't actually consider when they're doing money transactions, because the way things have been set up so far is that pretty much the entire world has implicit mutual agreement about paper currency. But that wasn't always the case. That's kind of paper currency wasn't always around. It's an introduction maybe last 200, maybe 250 years. I'd have to look at it specifically. But if back in the 1600s, in that era of time, there were certain Native American tribes, maybe it was earlier than that, but there were certain Native American tribes that used seashells as a form of currency. That was how they conducted exchange. So it doesn't necessarily even have to be gold. Like anything can be currency as long as there's mutual agreement about that currency itself. So what we've done as a community is we've built our own digital private currency. TBC is the dollar form, Kringle is the penny, right? So dollars and pennies. Now we have 3.76 million individuals that hold this currency so far, right? That's how many individuals have this coin. Now, with that being said, that means we do have mutual agreement to the point of 3.76 million individuals. That is a decent amount of mutual agreement, but we're not satisfied with that. We're looking to grow the number of people holding the currency to 1 billion, right? We want 1 billion individuals holding this currency. That means we'll have massive mutual agreement about this currency. Now, with that being said, I want to clarify that United for Food, that program fee that they're paying, the $30 a month, it's also giving, or $300 a year, it's also giving them access to this currency. They're also getting access to TBC. They're also getting access to the currency itself for that same value every single month. So it's not an upsell. They're getting access to it as part of the offer. And they're getting access to a very nice distribution of the currency. It's not like they're getting $30 of the currency. They're actually getting significantly more because of the stage of distribution that we're in. Now, so they're getting that offer, and they're able to take part in the currency. So not only are they saving money on their food, but they're acquiring a currency that's growing in value. So we're pulling them out of their current situation where they need to save money on their food in the first place. And we're also placing them into a position where now they're in abundance. So it's a pretty radical shift for those individuals. So yeah, that's the currency itself. Now this video goes over the currency in a little bit more detail, so you get an understanding of how that works and how this second aspect of our offer operates.
You are conscious. You are self-aware and capable of higher thinking. You and all of humanity are more valuable than precious gold. A mountain of gold by itself cannot do all the things you can do. You are more valuable as a living man or as a living woman than anything else in this world. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Mankind is the most valuable thing on earth, and you are a part of it. We are inviting you to become part of a currency that recognizes you and your birthright to live in abundance. We are in the final stages.
So I want to clarify those opening statements. What we're coming out and saying is that every single individual, even the poorest person on planet Earth, right, they're worth more than all the gold in the world, all the money in the world. That's the type of place our currency is coming from. That's the type of place the community we're building is operating from. In most economies, if you make 50,000 a year, that's what you're worth. You're worth 50,000 a year. If you make $1 billion a year, you're worth $1 billion a year. But what we're coming out and saying is that even the poorest person alive, they're actually worth they're worth more than they're worth more than all the money in the world. They're worth more than that billionaire with that $1 billion. So we're putting a precedent on human life and a value on human life that's unparalleled to any financial system I've ever personally seen in my life. That's something I appreciate about what we're doing, because we're not tying human value and human worth to money. We're tying it to its inherent value, which is kind of limitless. So that's kind of the place we're coming from. Now, with that being said, you know, like I said, most economies do not operate from that place. They put a monetary value on human life. So for an economy to come from a place where they don't put that value, they don't place monetary value on human life, and they recognize that humans are worth more than all kind of monetary transactions, that kind of shows you the direction where we're trying to lead humanity. It's away from that profit-based mindset, that money-based mindset, where you're associating and attaching your identity to money, because for multiple reasons, that's not ideal, you know.
Of our global distribution of this currency that only goes up in value as each new member joins it. It's the members of our community that bring value to our currency, and we measure that value in grains of gold. We're in the distribution phase of our currency, while we've been building a new economy around it from the ground up over the past 3.5 years. Merchants all over the world accept our currency, or partially accept our currency as payment for their goods and services. We want to give you a gift of some of it that is valued over $2,500, which you can use immediately with our participating merchants. During the distribution phase, we have two classes of members. You will either hold enough coin to become a billionaire or a millionaire. The creator of this coin has made enough to create 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires to establish an economy based on abundance, which will pull out all of the stops suppressing humanity into a perpetual state of poverty and misery. It's time for humanity to lift itself up. The creator, otherwise known as the admin of this coin, is ready to distribute enough of these coins to you to turn you into a millionaire or billionaire in exchange for you completing some simple tasks. This is on top of the gift we will give you. In other words, you do not have to have millions and billions of dollars to buy into these positions. All you have to do is complete some simple tasks, and you will be rewarded with a mass quantity of these coins. In fact, it will be easy to turn you into a millionaire this week. Wow! Think about that. You could be a millionaire this week. The best part is that we can do this lawfully. We are at peace with all governments around the world, and we are recognized as a private, self-regulated society. Since we don't offer coins on the public market exchanges, we are free from the tethers that governments place on the market-based coins. We are free from the same regulations and tethers that have been used for so long to suppress humanity into a perpetual state of poverty and misery. You can finally be free to live a life of abundance. Isn't that what you always wanted? For more information about this, please read our public notice. So, you may be wondering how much this is going to cost you. Yes, of course, building and maintaining a global currency costs money, right? Everything can't just be for free. There is a monthly admin fee that needs to be paid to make all of this possible. Common sense will tell you that. So how much is that? The monthly admin fee is only 8 grains of gold, payable digitally. Well, how much is it?
So in regards to the 8 grams of gold, so in this video, it'll say the price of that is $25. That's because when this video was made, the value of gold was lower than it is right now. So we base our program costs off the current price of gold. That's kind of how we also measure the currency as well. The value of the currency is measured by gold. So we kind of do everything with gold there, because we want to tie it to something tangible with the earth, you know, instead of like paper money. So the value is based off of gold there, and then if gold goes down in value, our program cost goes down in value. If gold is going up in value, then our program is going up in value. But it's directly tied to gold.
8 grains of gold in USD, you may be asking. Is it $250? I mean, that would be a good deal if it was, because the gift is worth over $2,500, right? No, it's not $250 a month. By the way, our currency is free from transaction fees and middlemen. 0 transaction fees. Is the admin fee $100? No. How about $50 a month? No again. 8 grains of gold is about $25 today. That's it. Remember, this could turn you into a millionaire within a week, and it may only cost you $25 to make that happen once you complete the tasks required. If you can't manage to take advantage of this offer, don't worry. We have many jobs available where you can earn some of this currency, but these jobs won't pay you enough to become a millionaire so fast. But maybe over the years, you can build up to that level. Every economy has workers at the bottom of it, right? The choice is yours. Do what it takes to become a billionaire, a millionaire, or become a worker supporting this economy that will make the world a better place to live in for all of us. Or you can even go away and keep supporting the current financial system that has been responsible for so much misery and perpetual poverty in the world. Make a good choice today.
All right, cool. So that is a lot of information. So I want to give you guys time to ask me questions about what you saw so far up to this point right now. That way I can address that before we move into the next phase of the presentation itself.
Okay, so my question is, this is Declan speaking, by the way.
All right, go ahead.
Your guys' goal is to help people.
Right.
Do you guys do other events other than just that with donation runs or anything?
So did you see were you here when I mentioned the Goodwill page?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. So we've done Goodwill. We'd like to do more Goodwill. United for Food is one aspect of we're doing, but one aspect of what we're doing, but it's not everything that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We would like to do a lot more Goodwill, but in order to do that, we do need to grow our community more. So we have the finances in order to do so. You know.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, or was there like a follow-up question to that?
No, that answers my question.
Okay, cool. Does anybody else have any questions or comments, statements, whatever? Now's a good time to ask them. Let me see the chat real quick. How legit is this? It's extreme. That is a good question. It's a fair question because, of course, you want to know how legit this is. To put things in perspective, we've literally had billionaires from Dubai who are worth multiple billions of dollars. I'm not talking about like 2 or 3. I'm talking like upwards of like 10 plus billions of dollars. Try and buy out our entire currency. Not the entire, but a large amount of the currency itself at its current value, because they saw what it was doing and they wanted to basically have a corner on that. And we kind of declined that offer and talked them away from doing so because that would basically break what we're trying to achieve. So it was multiple billions of dollars on the table, but politely declined, steered them away from doing that. And because basically the admin of this currency, his integrity is about the mission. So, I mean, when he told, I didn't actually know that until recently. He told me that recently, and I was pretty, got a lot of respect from myself because it was a multiple billion-dollar offer. And the admin of the currency, he was a millionaire before he started any of this. So he's made millions in his lifetime before starting anything in regards to TBC or United for Food or anything like that. But he turned down multiple billions, which is significantly more than what he's made just off of principle. He turned it down, which is, that's respectable. So it is pretty legit. So for example, I bought this phone with TBC. I paid for it with TBC. I pay my rent with TBC. And I'm not paying a lot for my rent with TBC, but I'm paying it with TBC. Now there's an individual in Dubai. This is not the billionaires that I was mentioning, but a different individual in Dubai. He lives in an $8,000 per $8,000 per month, basically suite, and he pays that entirely with TBC. He actually today he invited me to visit, and he said if I come down to Dubai, I can stay in the same building as him, and I'll be able to pay for my rent there with TBC as well. So TBC is spendable. There's 22,000 merchants that accept it at its current value. So for example, let me show you some of what that looks like. So this is a smaller store, but it's in the Philippines. This is a small little like owner operated store, and they accept They accept for their goods 50% cash, 50% TBC. So like this rice you see there, all the stuff that they've got there. It's not a massive store or anything, but it's a nice little store. And it's 50% cash, 50% TBC at the current value of TBC. There's another grocery store in the Philippines that accepts TBC as well. Let me find that for you. So, for example, this like you can get all these bags of rice, half cash, half TBC, which is pretty awesome. It's another image. This is like so we've got eggs, they've got like soap, things like that, headphones, different like it's just a small convenience store. They've got toilet paper, they've got ironing boards, like cleaning dishwashing soap, all that kind of stuff, just basic essentials. So they got that at their store, vitamins, everything like that. This is somebody in the store who's actually buying stuff from that store. These are all different products that people can get with TBC that you're seeing there. But I'm looking for a specific video. I'm not sure how far it is. 1 second. Search group HCM. Here we go. So this is another grocery store. My network is slow.
Thank you for the information. Ate Babes. Hi, Ate Babes.
So yeah, so they're that's a store that supports TBC as well. So we have 22,000 of those merchants worldwide, but we're looking to grow that number to 50 million plus this year alone. And we've kind of got a strategy on how to achieve that. So were you guys able to see the website I just pulled up or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was stuck on the PowerPoint. Cool. Is there a social media? So we don't actually have a social media page for TBC itself, but there's tons of videos of individuals purchasing things with TBC, like buying scooters, cars, things like that with TBC. It's usually a percentage of TBC. Most things aren't 100% TBC now, unless you negotiate that with the seller, essentially. So like I negotiated for the phone 100% TBC. The individual in Dubai negotiated for his rent 100% TBC. So you can negotiate with sellers. People have bought land entirely with TBC and things like that. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, the individuals that are joining United for Food, they're getting a significant distribution of TBC every single month, in addition to access to the food centers. So any other questions? We can answer them before we move forward. But that's a good question. It's important to understand whether this is legit or not. It's a fair question. No questions? Cool. All right. Well, we'll keep going forward then. So one of the things that's important to understand, I guess, for yourselves is not only do you have the opportunity to close for what we're doing, but if you choose to, you're perfectly capable of acquiring this currency as well. That's open to you. You can choose to decide that if you want to. But like I said in the beginning, it's not, you don't have to have this currency in order to sell what we're doing. You can be selling our offer here so long as you have an understanding and a foundation about what we're doing. But it is like, for example, I have the currency. Michael here has the currency. Elijah has the currency. Hamza has the currency himself as well. And then a few of us also have free account, the free gift of the currency. That free gift that was mentioned in this video, but they're not actually receiving a distribution of the currency yet. But that free gift is nice as well. It's $3,000 of the currency as of right now. It said 2,500 in the video, but it's that amount of currency has grown to $3,000 since the production of this video. So it's around 3,000 right now, which is pretty solid. It might be a little bit higher than that. But for anybody that is deciding, hey, I actually want to do more than closing and I want to be a part of this community at a higher level, receive a distribution of the currency and, be a part of it in that way. So not only do they have the opportunity to close deals and receive commission, but they also have the opportunity to be placed on what's called the rotator. So the rotator is made up and comprised of the top 111,000 individuals in our community, right? So we have about 95,000 of those positions available as of right now. It might be a little bit higher or lower. I have to check on the numbers. But so we have a decent amount of positions available, but these will fill up. It's only 100,000. That's not a big number, considering the scale of what we're looking to do. Now, those individuals on that team, they'll have access to $500,000 a month in funding from our community. And that funding, the intention of that funding is to be put towards economy building activities. So for example, I'm interested in medical research, energy research, and low-income housing. Those are like my big three, right? Those are the big three that I talk about. For low-income housing, I want to buy up housing properties in lower income areas all over the country and offer them for very low rent, right? I want to have, I'll be buying up properties, at least maybe one or two in every major city around the country and be offering them for very low rent, pretty much as low rent as I can possibly achieve. Because in these lower income areas, most of the landlords are charging as much rent as they can possibly get away with. I want to flip that script and offer it as low rent as I can get away with. So that's something I want to do. I've talked to a lot of individuals that are interested in that same aspect. So we'll be pulling together our funds and putting it towards that project, which is pretty awesome. But as an individual on the rotator, you're not just a closer anymore. You're actually an economic developer. So what that means is you'll have the potential of the funding and the power to go into economies and build the economy. So for example, so like I have a business card for United for Food, right? Let me see. So you may or may not be able to read this. So it says economic developer on the card. I don't know if you can actually read that, but so on the card itself, that's my title. So like I went into Philadelphia 2 days ago and I talked to 50 different business owners about United for Food. 5 people said they're not interested. 45 people showed very strong interest, and like 5 people said, send me the information, let's get started. That means they wanted to have basically, so we have a brochure here, right? It's a QR code. It says scan code and register for free. Hold on, let me read it this way. Scan code and register for free today. Do you want to cut your food bill in half? 1,000 participating households wanted. United for Food coming soon. Local food subsidy center. Cut your food bill in half. Shopping for name brand food products you buy anyway. How much will this save you per month, right? So that's just some basic information. But they'd have this brochure in like an acrylic stand at the cash register. So any customer that's coming into that store, they're going to get eyes onto what we're doing. And a lot of them are going to say, hey, let me check this out. Let me see what they're talking about. Saving money on food. That sounds awesome. So now let's say you're in the city. So in Philadelphia, an average store has 100 to 1,000 people coming in and out of that place a month, which is a lot of traffic. Now, if we talk to 10 different stores, that's 10,000 people seeing what we're doing in a single month. So anytime an individual goes into that store and signs up from that particular merchant, that particular business, that business actually gets the commission that a closer would normally receive for signing up that person. So the business is getting commission, and they're increasing their bottom line. They're increasing their revenue, because 1,000 people, that's 175 grand right there. So in a single month, a business can bring 175 grand into their business, and next month do the same thing again. So that's really powerful for a business, right? Now, me going into the city and talking to them, that's part of the economic development aspect, because now what I'm doing is I'm setting the stage for them to become a TBC merchant, right? So after that business gets a decent amount of revenue from TBC, from United for Food specifically, then I can talk to them, go back to that business owner and be like, hey, we helped you earn, 175 grand in like the last month or two. Pretty exciting, right? How do you actually feel, since you understand more about TBC now and what we're doing across the board? How do you actually feel about maybe accepting a percentage of our currency in exchange for goods, maybe 10% or 20%? And then we can have that kind of a conversation. And now they're like, oh, I already made 175 G's. Oh, let me support this community because I understand it now. I want to see it grow. And not only that, but there's 10,000 other people in Philadelphia that now know about TBC because all the businesses that we brought on, so that 1,000 people each for each of those businesses, that's 10,000 people in Philadelphia that know about TBC. If that merchant decides, hey, I want to allow TBC purchases at my store at 10 to 20%, now they go on our merchant listing on our site. Everybody in the area will know about that business, and they'll be more inclined to go to that business and spend their money, not just their cash, but also their TBC at that store. So that's a great marketing channel for them. So they're winning at every stage of the game. So that's part of the economic developer side there. But even if you're not acquiring the currency, you can still do those tasks. You just won't be a part of the rotator and be able to receive the funding there, which is, that's your choice. It's your choice what you want to do there. But in my experience, every time I talk to a closer, pretty much, like, I don't know if it's true for everybody, but like a large majority of closers are doing closing because they're trying to achieve financial income, because they want to do something more than just closing. That's just been my experience in talking to different people in the industry. I don't know if that's true for all of you, but with the people I've talked to, they say, yeah, I want to close. I want to make money for sure, but I also want to do other things with that money. Like, I'm trying to make money so I can do this, that, whatever it is. So they have some internal passion that really, for most people, is a public benefit to society in some kind of way. And they're just looking to finance that. So that's why we have the rotators. We're taking that raw material inside of all of those people and saying, here's funding to go and accomplish that. So that's a really powerful thing. Now, let's say one of you, like, for example, Hamza. So you actually started with what we're doing with United for Food without having an account, but in a day's time, you earned enough in commissions to where you decided to grab an account and acquire the currency itself. So do you mind sharing what some of your kind of goals are as far as being on the rotator and what you want to put funding towards?
Man, there's a lot of shit. Like, I can't even limit myself to 3 businesses. I want to have more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to grow hemp. I want to do research on the soul and contact with aliens. I want to help people. You feel me?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so basically what we're doing is we're giving you guys the opportunity to not just make $175,000 a year, but also acquire $6 million a year in funding, in addition to the TBC that you'd be receiving as well. And as far as the TBC goes, so like um, with the TBC itself, so right now we are in the distribution phase, so we're distributing the coin. But once we reach 1 billion members, we'll be out of that phase. So once this is all filled up, once we have a million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires, this whole category will be filled up. We'll be entering into the economy phase. At that point in time, TBC will be massively spendable. It'll be available, and like most merchants will accept it at that point in time, at least at some participation level. So you'll actually be able to start and finance businesses with TBC purely. So for example, what that looks like, let's say, so Hamza's got a decent amount of TBC as of right now. He's got, let's just say, well, this is the truth. He has more than 1 million. He has more than $1 million in TBC as of right now. Let's say I go to him and I say, I need $1 million loan in TBC, right? Because I want to start a restaurant. You can say, okay, here's $1 million in TBC. I can take that million and go start my restaurant now. But he'll ask me, I want 10% of your restaurant. I want to own 10% in equity, right? So I'm giving him 10% ownership. I'm keeping 90%, which is fair. And now I can go out and build my dream. So I go out and build my dream. Now Hamza has $100,000 in equity in the restaurant. So he can now take that piece of paper that has basically it's a legal document that has the value of the company, which is $1 million, and the amount of equity he owns, which is 100,000. He can take that to the bank, right? You can present that to the bank and say, I want to receive a loan raising this equity as collateral. The bank will give you a 10-to-1 loan. So the bank will give him $1 million in paper money in cash, and he can take that paper money and re-leverage it and finance another business to make sure he's able to pay off the interest. So he can do that multiple times with however much TBC he has. So that's kind of the higher end level of the economic developer there. You can go into communities and finance multiple businesses. So yeah, we are sitting here talking about closing, but actually the long-term play, and by long-term, I mean literally 2 to 3 years, because we're looking to reach 1 billion members this year. So in 2 to 3 years time, all of you that are considering, hey, I want to close, I want to acquire the currency, all of you that are thinking on that train of thought, I want all of you to be thinking on this train of thought now, to where you're seeing yourself as saying, not only will I be closing, but and earning 175,000 in income, but I'll also be having the opportunity to go out and finance businesses and be forming enterprises and operating at a very high level. Because that's the direction we're headed. That's the direction I'm headed. I've already made steps networking in the Philadelphia area on that level. I'm connected with a nonprofit in the Philadelphia area. I'm connected with a few different people in the Philadelphia area that I'm looking to do higher level work with. So this is just more information about the rotator, just data. 111,000 members, like I'm saying. Once that's filled out, it's filled out. You'll still have TBC, but you won't be on the rotator. So you'll still have TBC, which is good. So the rotator is actually financed through the funding from the program fees every single month. A portion of those go back out to the individuals on the rotator. A portion of those go to Finance United for Food. A portion of those finance our IT costs in order to run the digital currency, because there are costs to do that. It's costing us right now around $10,000 a week to sustain everything we're doing. And we're looking to expand on our operations, expand on our technology, and that will cost more money. So the program fees actually finance all those operations. None of that money it's not like the admin, the guy that created the currency, it's not like he's pocketing it and just chilling on it. He's putting all of the money back into the community. He's actually coming out of his own cash reserves a little bit at this point in time to finance certain operations. So with that being said, our community, even for individuals that join for United for Food, we teach them and instill them a concept of lifetime personal development. Because yes, they are joining to save their money on their food bills, And they don't know this up front, but what they're actually becoming a part of is a global movement where they're going to acquire a large amount of currency, and that requires them to have a higher level of understanding. So we put time and education into them so that they can grow in the areas of organizational development, employee management, understanding of business, finance, all those things. So they're coming in saying, hey, I'm just trying to save money on my food bills. And by the time they've processed everything that we're offering them, they're coming out a high level business person. That's the kind of transformation, because the real goal, like I said, of what we're doing is addressing inequality. And part of that is education. Because the education is important. You can throw billions of dollars at the situation, but if you don't educate them, it's not going to do anything. So the education is some of the most important parts.
Yeah, right. Again, I just wanted to say that our number one thing is helping each other. Like, this isn't about getting things for ourselves. Like, we want to bring people together as a community so we can really uplift everyone. We can all be just at peace with ourselves and not have to slave. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice that I got my phone with TBC. That's nice, that's a nice benefit. But for example, like right now, I'm all of the individuals here who brought you in, they're listening in and learning how to talk to people and everything like that through these trainings. They're getting free training. So I'm elevating their understandings. I'm elevating their knowledge. So we're really about helping each other out in this community. Yes, we all want to earn high commission. We all want to close deals. But in reality, the real value is bringing TBC into the economy phase, to where you can go and finance a business with TBC, because that's the higher level work there. That's the real goal. So building off of that, so that the free gift that was mentioned in the video, right? Right. The $2,500 free gift that's currently worth $3,000. This is how much it is in TBC. That's 0.00025 of a coin. So a person can create a free account and acquire that currency. They can create a completely free account. They just have to submit their information, create an account with us, and they can acquire this currency, right? They can acquire that gift. They can hold on to that gift. By the time we reach 1 billion members, this gift will grow in value by 290 times. So it's it's north of $750,000, just this free gift, the growth on the free gift alone. That's significant growth for something you just acquired for free, for just a little bit of time investment as far as creating an account, literally 5 minutes. So the free gift is actually more significant than most people realize. Now, with it does say millionaires here. So we actually have 2 tiers to what we're doing. There's a $30 offer and a $14 offer. I don't present the $14 offer to anybody as of right now, because we have positions available in the top structure, right? So the $14 offer is not, it's not in their best interest, because so long as we have positions available in the top tier of the structure, I want people to enter that top tier. I don't want them to even be thinking about this lesser tier, because sometimes just the way people think, if you give them a smaller opportunity, but it's a lower cost, they're going to go for that just because of the way they think. And I don't want them even thinking like that. So I don't even talk about it really. I keep them focused on what's really best for them. And that is the higher level program, which is $30 a month and $300 per year, which also gives them access to the United for Food centers. Now you see here, so there's meetings, right? Every day, every weekday, there's community Zoom meetings. You can join those Zoom meetings and you can earn a whole coin of the currency just for attending. For example, Hamza, like I'm saying, he acquired his account last night, literally, and he attended the meeting this morning, and he got a whole coin for doing that. Now this right here is $3,000. So that whole coin, it's worth a lot more than 3,000. So in these meetings, it's group training. It's training on how to actually go out, close deals and all that kind of stuff, how to go out and do different aspects of what we're doing, talk to business owners, talk to individuals about United for Food, the different things. So you get paid in TBC to attend training, which is pretty sweet. Now, in regards to achieving 1 billion members, right? That's a seemingly big task, right? So we're going to break that down, how we're going to do that. One of the ways we're going to do that is through rapid rewards. So you see here, rapid rewards 24, rapid rewards 48. You see a 20 coin reward and a 50 coin reward. Those are significant. Those are significant TBC amounts. Because what you have to realize is that there's going to be an entire billion people, right, with less than 1 coin. But at this point in time, anybody that's coming into what we're doing has the opportunity to receive more than a coin. They have the opportunity to receive 20 coins, 50 coins, more than that. There's going to be 1 billion people with less than 1 coin. So it's when you look at those numbers and you put that into perspective, it's a pretty serious opportunity there. But like I said, you can just sell the offer as long as you understand it. You don't actually need to have the currency, but that's your choice. So for an individual that does sign up, right, and they create an account, they have 24 hours to bring on 2 people. As a reward for doing that, they receive 20 coins. Now notice that only applies to people with paid accounts, not for free account individuals. The free account individuals do get the gift, but that's all they receive, which is fair. So for that, they'll get 20 coins. Now, those 2 people that they brought on, if within another 24 hours, they bring on 2 people each, this initial person will get 50 coins. It's a 2-generation reward system. It's not multi-level marketing. Some people ask me that. It's not multi-level marketing at all. This is just a reward program to incentivize duplication, right? Duplication, what I mean by duplication is, let's look at this chart that breaks it down. So it starts with that person that came on, right? They go out and they bring on 2 people within 24 hours. That's 2 people. Now those 2 people bring on 2 people in 24 hours, right? That's 4 people. Now those 4 people go out and bring on 2 people each in 24 hours. That's 8. So every single day, that number is duplicating the amount of people that are joining. In 31 days time, that's 1 billion people just through duplication. That does not consider going viral on YouTube. That does not consider going viral on TikTok. All of things that we're interested in doing. We actually reward YouTubers who are making broadcasts on YouTube a whole coin for the videos that they're making. They don't even have to be TBC based videos. You can make a video about your dog and receive a reward for doing that. We're trying to encourage activism in our community. Of course, we want you to make videos about TBC. So part of what I'm doing is networking with YouTubers that are already producing videos and talk to them about, hey, how would you like to be paid more for the videos that you're already making? Because it's a pretty interesting thing there. So an easy way for individuals to take advantage of duplication, this is not necessarily for the closer, but every single closer can take advantage of this because this is a simple thing to do. Just talk to your friends and family, the people that you care about, the people that you would want to see have some of this currency as it grows, those people that are important to you. Hey, I've got a gift for you. Time is short. Call me. And you're talking about that $3,000 gift there. Now we have a little text script on how to actually carry out this conversation from that point. This is just the intro here, but you can reach out to the people you know and the people you care about and send them that and have them have at least some of the currency that way. And it's free for them and it'll grow in value for them as they hold it. So, they can do nothing. And, like a year from now, they can be like, wow, this really grew in value, and it's like, yep, you're welcome. I'm glad you listened to what I had to say there. So, but a lot of people acquire the currency. They want to learn more. They do learn more. And they say, you know what, I want to actually join the program and acquire more of this currency. So that also happens too. Now, in regards to commissions, right? So how do you get paid? So this number's low. We've paid out over $9 million in commissions so far, which is a pretty decent amount, but we want to be paying out millions of dollars a month in commissions. So we're looking to grow this number significantly. And the way we pay out, so we operate entirely through cryptocurrency, but our commissions are paid out in market-based cryptocurrencies, which means you can take that, exchange it for cash right away, and have that cash in your bank account the same day. or you can hold on to that cryptocurrency, and as it grows in value, you're also gaining in value. For example, I had about $1,000 in commissions. I exchanged some of it, but I had about 1,000 sitting in commissions in Bitcoin Cash, which is one of the cryptocurrencies we pay out commissions with, right? And I saw that Bitcoin Cash was growing in value, so I kind of just kept it there. Over the past few days, Bitcoin Cash grew 50% in value. So I gained $500 doing nothing, just letting my commissions grow. But you can cash them out right away if you want to, because that doesn't always happen, you know. But it's your choice there. It's your commissions. You do what you want with them. Now, it's work today, get paid today. So it's same day payment. You're not waiting for a paycheck every 2 weeks or whatever it is. You're getting paid same day. If you have bills to pay or you want to make a purchase, go out, close some deals. You got that money in your account, you can do what you need to do, which is pretty nice. Now, we talked about the yearly program, 12 months. You're getting 12 months for the price of 10 months. And again, the commission is based off the full 12 months. So it's a little higher than 57% there, which is nice because they save money and you get your full commission. So both parties win. And United for Food. So we do need 1,000 people in a specific town in order to build a food center, because, you know, it costs around $50,000 plus to get the warehouse, hire the staff, stock all the shelves, right? So we want that density of individuals in any specific area in order to build a food center there. But I already showed you and demonstrated that through talking to merchants, you can have 10,000 people in a town in a single month, just through leveraging merchants and the foot traffic that goes in and out of that store. So, so acquiring 1,000 people is actually not that difficult of a task. A lot of people are scared off by big numbers, but when you do the math and break down numbers, it's really not that complicated. Now with United for Food itself, so they're cutting the grocery bill in half. Let's talk about how that works. So they're actually paying for the food half cash, half TBC. It's a 50% distribution there. Now the amount of TBC they're receiving every single month for $30 is significantly more than the amount they'll be spending on food. For example, Hamza, have you seen how much your account value is yet, or have you not done that yet?
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing with us what that number is? If you don't want to, it's fine.
Like what's in my wallet?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Just 1 second. Okay. So it says I have 1 coin in Kringle, just a little over 1 coin.
1 coin in TBC?
Or yeah, sorry, TBC.
Yeah.
And then if I put it on
US
Canadian dollars, it's 1.5 million.
Yeah,
Euros.
literally 1.5 million. So they're acquiring $1 million plus in TBC for that monthly $30 or $300. So their cash value is legitimately half.
Oh, hold on.
Go ahead.
1 second. I just got to log back in real quick. I just had it open. So.
Oh, is that Michael?
Yeah. I just heard you showing the TBC.
Oh, you wanted to share your account?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael's got a little bit more than 1 coin.
As soon as it shows up, here we go.
Does everybody else showing? I guess I'm gonna go ahead and show them too.
Everybody show their account. So what's that say? That can you put that in USD?
Yes, I can.
All right, thank you, brother.
Going right down. There she is.
So what's that say? That's literally $1.2 billion in TBC. And like I said, you can spend that TBC anywhere that accepts it. Literally, you can go to Dubai and rent out a penthouse with TBC.
Going to Dubai.
So we're all going to Dubai pretty soon, huh?
Let's get it, man.
But yeah, so you're.
No, if you get us there, bro, I'll handle everything, bro.
All right. But, yeah, I mean, yeah. Once we build our team, I might fly the whole team out to Dubai. Shit.
Hey.
So basically, basically, like Michael's on the monthly. He did a monthly payment of $30. He already has that much coin, right? So what that means is these individuals who are paying for United for Food $30 a month or $300 a year, they're receiving a significant amount of the currency every single month. Now that's because of the stage of distribution we're in, right? So it's not like there's an infinite amount of coin. That would not make sense. So we have a finite amount of coin. So as you can see here, there's 737 million coins left in the admin's wallet. We're looking to reduce this number to 0. So we're looking to give out all this coin to the individuals, the first billion people that join. There will be 1 million people with more than 1 coin. There will be 1 billion people with less than 1 coin. And there's only the total supply of coins is 1 billion total coins.
We need to find people to hold this.
Um,
Sorry, I also have somebody with me here that is very interested. He's sitting right next to me, and he's watching this as well.
oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that.
His name's Jeff. So so if all of you can just, he's been watching this whole time. So.
Oh, that's cool. Nice to meet you, Jeff.
Nice to meet you too.
So we have 737 million coins left to distribute. So once that hits 0, once it's distributed to all the billion individuals, then we'll be in the economy phase. That means that we'll have 1 billion individuals that have the coin, and we'll be moving towards a phase where it's massively spendable. For clarity on that, so essentially 1 coin right now, and this is current value, right?
That's where I was just at. This is from you.
1 coin is worth 12.4 million. So it was 12.2 yesterday when we were doing our meeting. So it's up $200,000 in like 24 hours. So let's look at the free gift then. That's 0.00025. Okay, so that's 3,100. That's the free gift that was mentioned in the video, the $2,500 free gift. This is how much it's currently worth. Now, for more perspective, we're growing to 1 billion individuals, right? We want 1 billion individuals holding TBC. The way TBC's value is measured is every time an individual joins the currency, the value of each coin increases. So by the time we reach 1 billion individuals, the value of every single coin will be $3.6 billion. So that's why there's massive growth potential there. So this is something we're offering to everybody that joins United for Food. It's an amazing offer because they're coming from a place of needing to save money on their food, and they're entering into a place of having an abundance of currency. So it's pretty life-changing for them. And that's why for me, like I'm super passionate about this work that we're doing. Like a lot of sales offers I've done, you know, at the end of the day, you're kind of drained because it's like, damn, I scammed people all day long. You know what I'm saying? I might have made some money doing it, but I've been scamming people all day long, just trying to make deals happen. But with this, at the end of the day, literally, I won't go to sleep for like I'll be up till 4 a.m. my time just because I'm so jacked up. I'm so jacked up off the day's work, off of talking to people, sharing this stuff with people. I get so juiced up that I literally can't go to sleep for like the next 5 or 6 hours, because this is rewarding. It's not just, and that's actually true abundance. Like we're talking about money here, but real currency, like money is a form of energy. It's a form of exchange of energy, but the real abundance comes from the energy itself. So TBC is electric. I made a video on my YouTube about it yesterday. TBC is literally electricity. Like the type of energy that's associated with TBC is very different from the type of energy that's associated with cash. For example, there's a lot of corruption associated with cash. There's a lot of death associated with cash. Wars,
greed, hoarding.
Yeah, greed, hoarding, drug dealing, wars. There's a lot of blood on cash. You know what I'm saying? TBC is very pure. TBC comes from a very pure place. So the energy associated with TBC is that kind of pure.
You also can't drop TBC.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You can't lose it. Like you can't just like, leave some money somewhere. It's always with you.
Yeah. It's digital. Yeah. It's tied to your wallet. But yeah, so it's pretty awesome. So I've talked a lot. I've talked my head off a little bit, but let's open the floor because I want to get your guys' feedback. I want to answer your questions and any comments you have, concerns, anything like that. Let's hear them, and then we'll continue what we're doing here.
All right. So far from what I've heard about this, I've heard really good things, and I'm actually kind of excited about it now.
Do you mind telling me who you are? I can't see your name.
Declan.
Oh, okay. It's Declan again. All right, bro. That's what's up.
So I'm really excited about this because hearing some of you guys saying how you want to fund things and everything makes me want to sign up, because I come from a place where I know a whole bunch of homeless are in the area.
Right.
And there's definitely a need for like food centers and stuff and funding that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So if I was to sign up, which I probably will now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a group page you do where you communicate with each other, or is it just through the Zoom meetings each week when you guys meet up?
So our team here that you're talking to, we have a chat on Facebook. So it's sounding like you're really committed to this. So I'll actually, after the call, I'll add you to that group chat and you'll be plugged into our little community. Got like 15 or 20 people in there right now, but we're growing that number. But yeah, so you'll be plugged in.
Tomorrow we should have like 50 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so you'll be plugged into that. But here's so since you're talking about that, here's something interesting, right? So think about this for a second. We can go in and buy up properties, right? Buy up those low income properties. Now we offer it at low rent, right? So let's say a person's rent was, before this, it was, let's say it's $600 a month, and we offer it at literally, let's do $300 a month, right? $300 a month. So they save $300 a month. They can put 30 of that towards TBC, right? Now they have TBC. So then we can say, you know what? Let me offer my rent to you. As your landlord, let me offer you the rent at $150 per month cash. That's enough to cover the utilities and everything like that, and $150 TBC. So I'm not assuming any cash loss, and now you're paying with half cash, half TBC. So you just cut your rent down by 75% there, basically.
Yeah.
So that's an amazing thing we can do for low income communities. Now, building off of that, now we can start talking to corner stores in the community. Hey, we've got this many people with this currency. They'd love to spend it at your store. We start talking to suppliers of the corner store. Hey, all of the corner stores in the area are using this currency. We'd love to have you actually supply them and allow them to restock their shelves with TBC as well. And we start conquering the supply chain like that. And then eventually we have an entire community in a lower income area that's fully operating on TBC. So what happened to the hood? What happened to that lower income area? It's cash abundant. So we just switch that whole situation around. And that's what we're working on. We're going to eradicate hoods,
Well, that's a very good goal. So I personally have lived it all my life. I'm tired of it. So presenting the opportunity like this to talk with other businesses, get the communication going from one area to another, and just improving the livelihood of everyone in the area, that's something I've been waiting for, because I've been in inbound closing for a little bit. I'm still studying, getting to know it, but each opportunity I get presented with personally that I've seen has been kind of like a pyramid scheme, if you know.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't want to scam people. I want help. That's what I'm there for.
I mean, so we are building a pyramid structure. You saw that pyramid.
Yeah, I saw it, but it was a lot different from the ones I've seen.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. So it is a pyramid. But if you look at Walmart, if you look at McDonald's, they're all pyramids too. There's a chain of command and there's a chain of distribution. Most major businesses operate on a pyramid, but we're taking that pyramid structure and we're pumping something good into it. So it's a very different type of thing.
Very much so.
Yeah. All right. So that was Declan. I appreciate your thoughts there. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, anything they want to talk about or discuss?
I guess I guess this might be kind of a basic question for most people, but like, I guess just how exactly do I'd also like to be added to the Facebook chat if that's cool. This is Christian, by the way.
Okay, cool.
And I was just wondering, like, exactly, like, so to get signed up, like, what, I don't know, what website should I do? Is it just Kringle?
So basically the individual that brought you in, who brought you into this presentation?
Hamza told me about it.
Hamza. All right. So you'll connect with Hamza. Hamza will give you a link to create your account. And then you'll be able through creating the account, you'll receive the free gift. Then if you decide, hey, I want to make that payment too, we'll create a group chat and I'll talk to you about how to do that payment because that payment's actually in crypto. So because we do everything through crypto, we don't associate with credit card processors or anything like that. So that payment is through crypto. Now, if you don't have crypto, do you have crypto?
Yeah, I have different like wallets, and I'm part of different websites that sell it and whatnot. I'm still learning about it in general, but I kind of have a better understanding of it now. My friends kind of explained it more to me, and that's why I was that's why I was just kind of confused, because like I was just trying to know exactly like how to get the link to sign up and whatnot. I guess was my question, but you answered it though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so for the crypto part, if a person doesn't have crypto, I'll just address that real quick anyway. If they don't have crypto, we can do basically like I have crypto, so I can pay for your account for you, and then basically you just Venmo me the exchange, and we do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, so because I don't use Bitcoin, I've never have, so I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
So hearing that, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then we'll also I'll teach you how to get involved in crypto, everything like that, because your commissions are paid out in crypto. So I'll teach you how to do all that. Make sure you understand it. Make sure you understand all the ins and outs of that. I'll be making some videos this weekend to break all that down.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad, Chris. Go on.
Oh, you're good. I was about to say this just sounds amazing, man. All of it. Like I appreciate you, Hamza. It's been dope, making music with you too and shit. But I appreciate you for
oh, y'all make music?
Yeah. He did a song with Lil B, the bass guy. But fucking anyway, he told me about this.
I have to talk about that later. I like making music too.
Awesome.
Yeah. But that's how he just told me about it yesterday on Instagram Messenger and shit. And yeah, I mean, it sounded cool already, and I wanted to be part of it. And now knowing the inner machinations and what y'all really do, it sounds like really great, and I'm happy that I'm part of it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, if anybody here is really thinking about committing yourself to this, take those 24, 48 hours to send this to everybody get everybody on it, because you want to take that opportunity first off to get all the TBC that you can, and second off to benefit everyone else and get them on this as soon as possible.
That was
question.
my plan. Go ahead.
Sorry. When is your guys' next Zoom meeting? Because I know a few people who might be interested, so they'll have to join through my end because they don't have laptops of their own. Yes, this is.
Right? Okay. Yeah. So we actually have I set aside time for literally 5 Zoom meetings tomorrow. So I'll send you the schedule for that. That way you can plug them in whichever ones are good for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got a busy day tomorrow. Like I said, it's like a 14-hour day, 15-hour day for me.
Well, the time zone they're located in Australia. So
okay, so for them, let's see. They could do one at 10 p.m. their time, midnight their time, or 8 a.m. their time, essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'll send you that right away. That way you can forward that information to them and they can plan their day.
Got it.
But if we need to, we can literally I'll stay up and we can do a 3 a.m. my time. You know what I'm saying? I'll make it happen for them. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it done.
Okay.
Cool. Any other questions?
So I got one question. This is for Jeff. So he really wants to pay in today to be a member, the monthly.
Okay.
But he's wondering if he were to have his wife sign up at the same time, how that would work.
So
if he did that based on the rapid rewards.
So, so you're saying he wants to sign up his wife underneath him, essentially?
Yeah.
That way. Yeah, so he can get rapid rewards. So we changed the programming in the account to where a person has 7 days to make their payment after signing up and can still achieve rapid rewards. So he can create his account and then send her his link right away. She can create her account, and they're both good there.
Okay. All right.
Question on the rapid rewards and how they work.
Yeah.
So, does this person signing up need to pay for that account for the rewards to count, or is it just a free account?
So in order to receive the rewards, you need to have a paid account, but the person you're signing up can sign up for a free account.
Okay.
Get them?
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Cool. I wish I could. I need to figure out how to see people's names because I honestly don't know who I'm talking to most of the time. Let's see.
Stop. I'm trying to.
Any question? Has Juan spoken yet? I don't know if I've spoken to you yet.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so do you have any questions for me, Juan?
Currently, no.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you want to start closing with this opportunity, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. I see like how it benefits, like how it can benefit the community and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just seems like really good.
Cool. Now, that's awesome. I love to hear that. Because we definitely want people that connect with the vision there. Now, are you interested in making a payment, or are you not sure about that part yet?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that part, but
perfectly fine. Fine. Yeah. So I'll add you to the chat since you are wanting to close, and then you'll be in the group. You'll be plugged in, and then basically you can go out and start bringing people into the meetings, and yeah, you can get started that way. It's no problem. Like, I don't ever push anybody say, oh yeah, you got to make a payment. It's not like that, because if you see the value in what we're doing, after you start selling it to others, you see how other people respond to it, and you want it for yourself. That's your choice there. It's totally up to you.
All right.
When you present free will to someone, it's always like a yes. It's because when it's your choice, it feels more legit. It's not like you're being pressured into anything.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, like, this cryptocurrency could be used any way you want. Like, if you talk to your landlord and negotiate with them, you could get full rent on this currency. Like, you just have to be willing to talk about it, because that's the mission anyway, right? Spread the message, get more people, help more people.
Right. Let me see.
Could I also be added to make the payment today? Because I can make the payment today, and I'm actually thinking about doing it today.
Is Declan?
Yes, this is Declan.
All right. Yeah. So who brought you into the meeting? Michael.
Michael did.
I'm actually going to go ahead and send you that, Declan. I'm going to send you that referral link right now.
Thank you.
So we'll
I'll have to do it a little bit later because I got to stop by the bank.
Cool. Yeah. We'll set you up. We'll get you going.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't know how to see everybody's name. I need to figure that out.
Go down to participants. Should be like middle left.
Participants. Oh, there we go. Let's see. So I've talked to Christian, Declan, Juan. Let's see. James. Who's James here?
That's me right here.
Okay, James. That's what's up. Yeah. So do you want to close with us, or where are your thoughts at?
The more I hear about this, the better and better it sounds and looks, and it's like
it's really a no-brainer.
Yeah, and the more I hear about it, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, I am definitely interested in closing, and then from there I would then consider like making the payments.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Just earn some commissions. That's literally what Hamza did. He just
Yeah.
literally closed 4 deals within 24 hours, and he put two of the commissions to his payment. Super.
There you go, Declan. I just sent that. Sorry about that.
But yeah. So we'll can basically just everybody who's interested, just connect with the person that brought you in. They'll add me into a group chat with you, and then I'll message you in that group chat and plug you into our TBC chat on Facebook.
Okay.
Cool. And then I think there's a few others that I haven't spoken to yet. Fatima. Hey, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Good. Where are you located at?
Yeah, I'm from Morocco.
What was that?
Morocco.
Oh, Morocco. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think we have a lot of people in Africa, but I'm not sure if we have people. Morocco's like northern Africa, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many people we have in Morocco, actually. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what do you think about the do you want to close with us, or where are your thoughts at?
I still wanna think about it.
Yeah, that's fine. So you can think about it, and we'll still add you into it, like a chat with whoever brought you in and myself. That way you can ask me any questions directly, and then we'll communicate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Cool. I think I've spoken to everybody at this point. Yeah, I think so. Maybe, oh wait, Kalana? I don't know how to say your name. Hope I'm not butchering it.
Are you there, Kalana?
Oh wait, let's see what the chat is saying. She might be typing something. Oh, she said her
Okay.
is dead.
Do you have any questions or anything you just want to say? General opinions? All right, then.
I'm assuming you brought her in, Hamza.
That's right.
All right, yeah. So we'll just create a group chat with us three. That way she can ask me any questions, and then we'll go from there. So cool. I think I talked to everybody now. So we'll basically connect with the person that brought you in and relay to them what you want to do, and they'll make a group chat with me with you, and then those of you that want to start closing, we'll plug you into our group chat. Those of you that want to start closing and make payments, I'll talk to you individually about how to go about that process.
All right.
But even as long as you want to close, we'll put you in the group chat. If you're not sure about closing yet, we'll stay in just a private 3-way chat. That way you can ask me questions directly. And once you come to a decision on that, we'll put you in the group chat as well. So I had a good time talking to you guys. I think our friend, what was his name, Joe, in the beginning, he jumped off. I was excited to talk about him because he was asking about big money. I was like, just hold on, bro, we're gonna get to that. But he left too soon, so that's too bad. But it is what it is. Now, with that being said,
I guess he wasn't ready.
Yeah, it's all good. With that being said, so one of the things we're doing right now is we're building our sales team, right? So we're building up the amount of individuals that we have for our sales team. So we are talking to people about United for Food, but what I want to do is have a team of like 100 to 500, potentially 1,000 closers that are all on the same level, on the same mindset, right? And we're all going to go out into different communities and kind of hit it like a wave, hit it at the same time, because that's going to have a certain viral effect where people are going to be talking about it. People are going to be hearing about it all at the same time. So what our team is working on right now is reaching out to people in the sales groups on Facebook. The same way many of you were approached, we're just going out and approaching other people, and we're trying to build our team there. We're only going to do that for the first maybe like 2 weeks. We're not going to spend that much time on it. I want to build a team quick and fast. That way we can start hitting the communities, start talking to local businesses and everything like that. So basically, once we add you to the group chat, you should be able to scroll up and see the different information in there. There's information on how to approach individuals in sales groups, how to start the conversation. It's super simple. You literally just say, hey, their name. I've got a closing opportunity for you. That's probably what most of you have seen. And then from that point on, you just give them a brief voice memo of, and the voice memo really works because it transmits and it transfers the authenticity and everything like that. So with the voice memo, you kind of just say, hey, we're with a humanitarian organization. We've got high commission closing opportunities. I'd like to get you on a Zoom presentation. If it's a good fit for you and it's a good fit for us, we'll plug you in right away. And super simple that way. I actually have a copied version of a voice memo example in the group chat that you can refer to, listen to, and practice about. And then you guys can just start going out and duplicating that. That way we have a bigger team call tomorrow. I can fit up to 100 people in the Zoom. I'd like to fill it up. That way once we fill that up, I'll upgrade my Zoom account. That way we can get 500 to 1,000 people in the single Zoom and have a big team that's all on the same mindset and mentality. And we'll go out and hit the community at the same time. It's going to be powerful. Literally thousands of people are going to hear about what we're doing every single day, all at the same time. And it's going to start spreading. We're trying to create a viral effect because we want to grow. We want to have exponential growth. That's something I'm focusing on because we can hit 1 billion in a year, but I think we can do it in like 4 months, honestly. So that's kind of the trajectory I'm putting everybody I'm coming into contact with on. And that's our goal there. So that's pretty much the end of the presentation here. Connect with the individual that brought you in, and then we'll all go from there. So those of you that are deciding to start closing right away can literally start talking to people as soon as we get off this call. Those of you that are still deciding, definitely ask me your questions. I literally only sleep for like 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? So even if it's late at night, I'll probably respond. We'll go from there. Great talking to you guys.
It was nice getting that information.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys.
Have a great one, guys.
Bro.
Can't wait to